Hey guys, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Welcome back to our commentary from a national champion. As promised, I am doing another world championship from last year. Davies versus Gabrielle McComb in the 2023 IBJJF World Nogi Championships. It's a bit of a mouthful. So without further ado, let's get into it. But actually, sorry, before we begin, I hope you all had a good Christmas. You all had a good break and that you're all training again to work off some of the Christmas cheer. So let's get into it. Now, I accidentally misrecorded before where I didn't have sound, and I kind of hope that this is working now. So, really good work by Fionn already, where she's sprawling out of that leg drag, ankle pick that we saw just before. Really shutting that down early. That was a really good job of her. And again, so you see how she's like rotating the hip in and rotating the hip out, and then this leg, the right leg, would like donkey kick out if she needed it, but she's also using her hands to block the shoulders, and it's very difficult. Fionn definitely seems to be very aggressive. Very aggressive, and then really nice job by Gabrielle just before she went for that arm drag, but Fionn stunted it and like sprawled out a little bit, and like went sideways with this leg and like went long with this other leg. This type of thing to really shut down the arm drag is a very good job. Even going so far as to falling to the other knee. And then she's straight back on the offensive, which can be good to... Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice job. We'll get to that in a second. Being offensive, and I don't mean like saying slurs, but I mean pushing the advantage in a match, it can be good because you put your opponent on the back foot while you're coming forwards, and that tends to frazzle them unless they're equal to skill to you, and they don't mind it or they know what to do, etc, etc, etc. Gabrielle seems to be worried by Fionn, that sort of thing. She seems to be worried by Fionn. Fionn Davies has, I think, 3 or 4 world titles. I'm not sure who wins this match, but if I had to guess, I'd say Fionn's going to be, just based on the body language that I'm seeing from Gabrielle. She seems to be hesitant to engage, which is not necessarily the worst thing, by the way. If you're not sure what your opponent is capable of, or you think that they might be better than you and you still have to fight them, it's not a bad idea to not engage and just keep on resetting, looking for those opportunities on the arm drags and the knees as much as you need. And so we'll come back to that really nice sprawl out though, that we saw Fionn do just before. Where grabs, and then you can see how straight away the right hip is rotating in, left hip's rotating out, leg goes straight backwards, and she goes up tall. This makes it very heavy to lift that leg, and then as soon as and she's using her right hand here to stunt the shoulder again, and so it's very, very good technique and placement. And then as soon as Gabrielle gets rid of it, gets rid of the attempt, you can see how Fionn Davies is rewarded with an underhook. But she manages to bail out of it, and straight away Fionn's on the offensive again. So we're going in for some pummels. Tried to have a little guillotine attempt, and you can see already, like by the breathing, Gabrielle's already tired, whereas Fionn doesn't seem too bothered. Again, I would suggest that Gabrielle's worried, whereas this is just another day in the office for Fionn. Really nice attempts. I'm a little bit worried though about these arms coming so separate and tall away from the body. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit worried by it, because I just feel like, well, that was a very nice underhook attempt, and you can see how Gabrielle's not allowing Fionn to get close, she's going tall with that elbow and straight away jamming it down and going through, that sort of thing. And then she's backing up and just pummeling out of the grips. So really nice resetting, like I said before. If you don't want to engage from disadvantage, just reset. But I'm a little bit worried, as I said, by these elbows. Look at her eye line. She's like, yummy. She can see it. Right? And straight away, the arm drag goes in. And that's exactly what I was worried about with this elbow flaring. Generally, you don't want to flare your elbows if you can help it. Nothing comes of it, but a little nod of respect there, and straight away in for another arm drag. Ooh, another arm drag again. Very good. Gabrielle seems to be on fire with those in this match. But I would suggest that she's getting more and more tired than Fionn is, either due to training fitness or just nerves. So we finally get into a connected clinch for a little while. Yeah, and you can see how Gabrielle is now starting to push the advantage. So I think she got a little bit of confidence back after that arm drag snap down, where like she realized that Fionn's actually human after all, and now she started to push the advantage in, push the pace a bit. I mean. And see how Fionn's starting to breathe a bit heavier as well. It's a really nice hand battles. Now they're just getting a bit scrappy because neither one of them wants to back down. Fionn also wants to start looking to... ooh, that's really nice. Fionn also wants to start looking to engage, and so they're like two forces colliding off each other. I just want to point out as well, if we pay attention to this arm, this underhook setup, you see how she's like bending her wrist to allow the elbow to go forwards? The elbow's going down and over the top and is allowing this underhook. I've never actually seen that before, and I quite like that. As you can see, allowing the wrist to bend so we get this underhook, because that's going to be uncomfortable for Gabrielle to keep holding, and then she's just going to get an underhook. And if she were either a bit quicker or Gabrielle made a bit more of a mistake, that would be a really detrimental place to be. It's really nice. I might start using that, honestly. Ooh. Playing a little bit of slaps. They seem to be getting quite aggressive with each other, don't they? But neither one of them wants to back down, which is cool. It's exciting as a match. And it looks like maybe a stalling penalty. Not sure. Not sure why they would be giving a stalling penalty from that, but yeah, Fionn tries to advance the match by pulling guard straight away, because you have to. And so Gabrielle goes in for a blast double leg. It was slightly mistimed, I think, where it, like, she sees the opportunity to slice the right knee through, but she mistimes it. Oh, sorry, left knee through. She mistimes it, and Fionn reacts really nicely, so she's not allowing any semblance of proper grip with that hand. And because of this, see how Fionn's like a ball? What ends up happening is, instead of going straight back, she ends up rolling in, like onto a side, and this shoulder will go taller and get an underhook. And because her head's like wonked in like a turtle, you know, like wonk, she's not getting controlled here. Even if Gabrielle managed to actually knee cut past, she would end up with Fionn on her back, that sort of thing. But Fionn manages to stabilize, gets hold of that leg. Really nice work by her. You can see how she's hunting for that leg. As soon as she has that leg, she kicks out long and starts to shift her hips. And then that's a very difficult place to be for Gabrielle. And we go again. And we're playing like a no-gi version of Della Riva. Very difficult to hold on to, as you can see. And Gabrielle just resets, no point. She might be looking for another blast double leg, see if it works, but yeah, it looks like that's her favourite go-to, and Fion's favourite go-to is holding on to that ankle and switching the hips again. Nothing comes of it though, so it's fine. Once again, ooh, and Gabrielle now has control of the head. Just something that you have to be aware of if you're going to be attacking is that you see how there's some rocks, right? Watch the position of the head versus the position of the bum and like the straight line through the body. So right now, the head is further forward than the bum. Head is in line with the bum. Head was further back than the bum, which is inoptimal positioning for a butterfly guard. And you don't generally want this if you can manage this. And what ends up happening is you end up weakening your own structure like so. So like when you have a snap in, the person can fold your back in half. And no good. And then as soon as the guillotine goes in, they're very difficult. So you can see how Fion's respecting this and does like a donkey kick out to try and free her shoulders and her hips around the corner, sort of thing. Now she gets up into turtle and manages to sit back into a guard, but Gabrielle follows that so nicely, keeps that guillotine. Sorry, I can't think today. Guillotine in place, and is looking to start passing. In my opinion, that was a bit preemptive to start passing because you allow Fion to go belly down. But I can understand the eagerness to try and finish this, and she's just relentlessly hunting this guillotine. I don't think that this would be on yet, and yeah, exactly, she ends up going around for the back and gets an advantage for the guillotine attempt, but in my mind, I don't like what she's done here. She's trying to outspeed Fion around the corner, and you can see how she kind of fucked it up, and her hips are now, like, they're not over the top of this point of the shoulder. And so she has no control with the hand that she let go of. She has next to no control. She's not on the floor. She's not controlling anything. She's allowing Fion to move if Fion recognizes the situation, which obviously at this level she does. And so I don't agree with what she's done fundamentally versus someone like Gordon Ryan, for example, who would be swapping the hand, then moving the hips, rather than doing both together. Because what ends up happening is, yes, she sort of gets to the back, but Fion caught that leg, and now it's in a pocket guard rather than a back control. And then, like, yes, triangle-ish, but this is going to be difficult to finish because there's a lot of space. This hand's still in the mix in the middle. It is real good chances for Fion to defend this now, rather than being on someone's back, potentially with an arm trapped in like a body lock, that sort of thing. You see how Fion's starting to try and posture up. Gabrielle's doing a good job now in the position she's in, trying to pull Fion's posture forwards. But yeah, so it's like a delicate position. You can't move too much if you're either player because you end up losing it. You see how... oh, sorry. What have I done? See how Gabrielle's trying to like lock that knee up a little bit more. Fion's currently stacking. Trying to pull her head out the back while also going tall up the body. And it's just like a readjustment game now. So you see how like Gabrielle's adjusting the legs ever so slightly, encouraging this arm to tease out. Fion's trying to stack in and then go up and then go back, then stack in again. The idea being right now is that she has to go forwards because she'll be getting choked right now. And this will be the only thing that's saving her. If she allows herself to get pushed backwards and her head tilts up and her arm comes free, it's over. Completely over. I like this patience by Gabrielle at the moment. She's done very, very well to keep this, like, not get too eager to finish and start making silly mistakes. Now that she's locked in this triangle quite tightly, she can start using her hands to try and free and attack Fion's triangled hand. And it's a very difficult position to be in now if you're Fion Davies. Fion's defending quite nicely with like a grip on the inside of the thigh. And now it becomes an attrition battle. Who can hold on with the flexibility, strength, the longest. Still hard to finish because of this hand that's on the inside as well. You see how Fion gets out of it. Exactly. So, as I said, really good chances to defend rather than defending it back. And straight into it, she knows that she's losing now, Fion that is, because she's going to have one disadvantage, two advantage, one disadvantage probably. So she needs to push the pace now. Nice overhook. See how she's really looking for looking for a repeat of the slam into the judges table video. In my mind, she should be given an advantage for that because Gabrielle did fall. Now we're back into the stand-up. Looks like Fion might be hesitant to pull guard again because of that guillotine attack that led straight into back threaten into a triangle that took 4 minutes to get out of. You know, very difficult position to play. And Gabrielle, all she has to do now is hold on. You know, she can cope with another stall penalty as long as she doesn't get taken down or scores any points on her. She'll win this match. And so, unfortunately, that's what a lot of athletes do, is that they play the rule set as much as they play the opponent, as much as they play jiu-jitsu. No point, disadvantage. Again, one advantage again for Gabrielle. I don't know why they awarded that, to be honest with you. But that was absolutely stunning what just happened then. Absolutely stunning. I don't know why they awarded those advantages though. So Fion has like control over this arm. I don't know how she's getting the connection to keep that there, because like if I were rolling against one of the lads, they would just rip that arm out. So I don't know how she's managing to keep that connection in, but she does a beautiful foot sweep, honestly. So she goes 2 hands on one, reaches for the back, starts to lose the grip a little bit, and does like a knee tap foot sweep and just wrenches Gabrielle over the top. And then Gabrielle tries to get back up and in, but this is what allows the space for Fion to start dancing over the top. And then all of a sudden, Fion is on the back. Gabrielle tried to shift her off the top, maybe due to fatigue she couldn't. Fion immediately reacts to get the back control and hooks, and then one hand caught. And does a forward roll, and now this looks really, really bad for Gabrielle. Looks really bad for Gabrielle. And 4 points for Fion, and now, if she wanted to, she can start hunting for the finish, which she should, because they're both on some disadvantages, so they don't want to get DQ'd. But, you know, if she wanted to, she could sit for 2 minutes and win on points. Oh, what is that? Starting them again from the back control with, like, one hand not caught. Oh, well. Seems a little bit rigged to me, if you ask me, but such is the way of things. Really nice back control. I'm always hesitant to do this because of, like, when I've got some really strong lads at my gym that will just wrench on my ankles. But Fion's obviously better and more flexible than I am, so she knows what she's doing, you know. And also this stops on the inside, stops you from getting your foot caught underneath so you can keep the triangle without having to switch it to the other side. And now, yeah, Fion's hunting in for that choke, and it seems like Gabriel's not doing much with that arm. You should be bringing that arm into the defense, because, you know, you're losing pretty badly now. Don't worry about the body lock. Worry about the choke, because that's coming in quite tightly soon. And you can see how she seems like she's actually already given up. Yeah, very good choke, very good defense. Not very good defense, sorry, very good choke. It seems like because she's tired, she's kind of forgetting that the other hand exists, which happens a lot. It happens to me as well. But that's one of the things to start training for, especially if you're going to go into a World Finals match or Worlds. You need to be using your other hand in the defense. Yeah, she kind of just gave up. She just let go for no reason when she should be fighting with everything she has to get back into it. Because like, even if you're going to lose, don't lose but via submission. And Fion goes anything below the eyebrows is neck. All of this is just neck. And so she crushes across the chin with, frankly, bad technique, but gets the tap anyway, because it doesn't matter. Crush everything in. And then the chin will act as a block to the throat as well. Honestly, when you're tired, it's very hard to breathe through that anyway. So, very emotional win. Very hard match by both of these absolute warriors. These women are very, very, very good at jiu-jitsu, and again, they would both beat the shit out of me pretty easily, I think. So there's a lot to be learnt here, especially that I really liked that thing that Fion was doing to get the underhook, where she's like allowing her wrist to bend and going forwards and through with that elbow, and that's something really to pay attention to, I think, because it was quite good technique. So well done Fion Davies for winning a 4th world title. She's proving to be one of the greatest female competitors of all time. Very well done, and I look forward to seeing what she can do this year. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you liked it, please don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment with what you liked, what you didn't like. I love interacting with you guys. It's nice. And I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.